Well, aren't you cool with your 600cc super sport motorcycle? That's cute. This bad boy is coming for you. It's taking over the market right now. Motorcycles were so 2016. I don't even know why people think they're cool anymore when you could get this. Anyway, this is the Yadea Trooper 01 electric bike, and today we're gonna be reviewing this thing. Quick overview, we got a 750 watt hub motor in the back there. We got a cool little basket here to put your stuff in, and then up top we have a 48 volt, 20 amp hour battery pack. But besides that, I think the overall main selling point for this thing is really just its stance and its appearance. I mean, as far as e-bikes go, it's a pretty good looking bike, that's for sure. Anyway, today we're gonna go and take it on a top speed run. We're gonna see how many miles you get per charge. And keep in mind, you could buy this right now for about $2,000. There's a link below if you want to check it out more. Yadea was dumb enough to send this to me. Their marketing specialists were probably like, let's send these out to YouTubers and get some good PR. Then they sent one to me. How about that? Before I show you too much, let's just do a good old-fashioned shake test on this thing. Yeah, it's decently heavy. I'm not gonna say I'm... Okay, let's take a look at the Trooper 1 e-bike. First and foremost, they sent me a bike with 64 miles on it. I noticed right off the bat, it is a single gear bike, so they really don't expect you to be pedaling this thing, but we're gonna see how hard or how easy it is to pedal with the gear that they gave it. All right, basic overview again, 750 watt hub motor in the rear. We have a 48 volt, 16 amp hour battery pack up here, and that's pretty much it. I did notice that there are anti-pop tires, which are nice. Gives you a little bit less stress about riding over sketchy terrain. I guess first thing I'm going to mention is just the overall stance of this thing. I really like the look of it. It's definitely a good looking bike, and it is very motorcycle-esque. It's got the upside down forks, which is really cool. I love when they do that on e-bikes. For right around $2,000, I feel like they pimped this thing out a little bit. I think they actually do sell a model that you can actually put 2 battery packs on this thing, so you could boost the range and performance a little bit. I really like these seats. They're so much more comfortable than bicycle seats, that's for sure. All right, real quick, the software is extremely basic. Top button changes between your different power settings, and then the bottom one is just your menu options. So that's really it. These bikes are limited to 20 miles per hour when you get them, but I went ahead and unlimited this thing, so we should be able to hit some higher speeds than that. It does say right on the frame here, class 2 e-bike, 750 watt motor, 20 mile per hour e-bike. It is front and rear suspension. You guys can see the shock up in there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get this thing actually on the road to see if it's any good. See how fast it is, see how many miles we can get out of one charge.
All right, boys, let's take this thing for a rip.
Definitely did not check the tire pressure, but who
cares, right? Who cares? It's actually not slow. 48 volt. All right. Definitely not slow. 26 right there. Not bad. That's actually really not bad, come to think of it. Normally I can't get much faster than that on this little strip. Yeah, it feels good. Really not bad. Really not bad. It feels like an old, like a 100cc dirt bike or something. From a standstill, that's full throttle. It's not like ultra fast, but like once you get a rotation in of the tire, it definitely picks up a lot faster. All right, here we go. Brake test from 25. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Now that I'm getting a feel of this, that was a much faster stop. Wow. Not bad. Yeah, wow. That'll freaking stop you. These wheels lock up super good.
All right, might as well check the tire pressures while I'm at it. Am I right? It says inflate to 30 PSI, so I will inflate it to 30 PSI. 14, I knew it was low. Hey, you guys like the Lamborghini back in white, by the way. Also went ahead and slapped some bronze rims on these things. Rohana wheels, bro. Freaking sweet. Now I look like everybody in their pimped out Honda Civics. How about that? Got the blacked out Plasti Dip badge, bro. Only a 23 PSI after all that. Let's see what this back tire's at. 20. That was a little higher than the front.
Definitely set this one to 30 though. That's the most important tire, is the rear tire. All right, so right off the bat, okay, I'm 6'3", 215 pounds, all right. My knees are definitely pretty bent here. It's not uncomfortable by any means, but definitely maybe not made for 6'3" individuals. But still, it feels like a feels like a bike you just jump on to be a goon if you're super tall. But it's not uncomfortable at all. It's actually pretty torquey. I'm surprised. 48 volt. It's quick too. It gets up to speed really fast. Jeez. I must admit too, we're on a topped off battery, so this is as fast as it's gonna be right here. So we're gonna grab a top speed run on a full battery, see what we actually get up to. But yeah, it's decently quick, that's for sure. That's a really comfortable ride too. I'm gonna compare it to a 100cc dirt bike, just because that's really what it feels like. It gives you just the vibe of a 100cc dirt bike, and it's street legal. So I mean, you can ride this wherever you want. Whereas a dirt bike, you definitely couldn't ride that on a bike trail or something, you know? And remember that this is a $2,000 bike-ish. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. I don't know how accurate the actual speedometer is, but right now I'm gonna test it. So let me pull over and I'll grab the speedometer app and we'll get this thing rolling. Screw it. It's at max speed is 24.2 miles per hour from the last review I did. Let's see if this thing will beat it. This says it does 28. That's what I got it up to according to the speedometer. So let's see how accurate that is. I'm really surprised how quickly it gets up to speed. They're not super huge wheels, so I'm sure that plays into it. The smaller the wheel, the faster the acceleration. And if I had to guess, they're like 20-inch wheels or something. Nothing crazy, not like 26-inch wheels. All right, we're at 29. Let's see if we get some tuck, get some more. 28.9. 29, so we're hitting about 29 miles per hour is the highest. 29.0 miles per hour is the highest I saw, and then we are pretty much maxed out. We were maxed out. We went ahead and hit 28.3, so it's pretty accurate. Plus or minus 0.7 mile per hour, so that's actually pretty accurate. That's not bad at all. 28.3, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. That's the top speed. Now I'm just gonna get this thing on a full range test. E-bike manufacturers, e-bike sellers, they always overestimate what you actually get compared to like what you get actually riding this thing on decently full throttle most times. E-bikes are slow enough to where you're pretty much maxing them out all the time, but they're just fast enough where you wouldn't want to go any faster than that anyway. Manufacturers never test it at actually good speed. It's always pedal assist one, pedaling really heavy, like giving it any benefit that it possibly can get, and then they claim like 80-mile range, and then actual range on throttle is more like 20. But hey, it looks good on the website, right? So that's my job, is just showing you guys the actual numbers you get riding these things as you normally would. Hoo-yah! So far though, really fun bike. Has cut nut time. Let's see how pedaling this thing is. It's only got one gear, and it looks like it's geared actually pretty well. Now you can see you can see where my knees are coming, so it's a little harder for me to pedal at 6'3". We're at 10 miles per hour. This is really like natural, easy pedaling. So it'll get you home if nothing else.
All right, you guys, I just got back from the range test on the Yadea Trooper 01, and we have a solid 89 miles now. If you guys recall, we were at 64 when I started the range test. So we got 25 miles out of this thing. That's really not bad, especially just for a single battery pack. But 25 miles is definitely not bad at all. For the price range, that's about what I would have expected. Got 28.3 miles per hour top speed as well. And just the overall look and style and feel, it's a really well-made bike. It's a really solid tube frame here. It is a really smooth ride. I enjoyed all 25 miles. I can't say that about every e-bike. I guess I forgot to show you guys the headlight. Nice like motorcycle headlight. And here's the tail light in case you cared about that. Well, I apologize it got so dark on me again tonight, but let's wrap this video up with my final thoughts on the Yadea. So I always enter these videos wondering if I'm actually going to like the bikes that I'm testing, just as far as specs and prices and everything. Like with the question in mind, like, would I buy this myself if I were going to buy a bike? Honestly, I thought I'd have a few more complaints with this thing, but I actually don't have very many complaints at all. It being a little dark out here gives you the opportunity at least to see how bright the actual headlight is, and you guys can see it's basically motorcycle spec. Like, definitely will get you home at night. I really don't have any complaints with this thing. For around $2,000, you get exactly, you know, the value that you put into it with your money. You get the speed, 28.3 miles per hour, and you get good range out of just this one battery pack, right around 25, 26 miles of range on one charge. And just the overall look and the practicality and everything, I personally love the seat. You get a nice storage basket that most bikes don't come with, and you get some pretty decent hardware too. You have the upside down forks, you have the monoshock, like motorcycle style suspension, and overall it's just a really good look. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to say on it. It's actually really nice and a really fun, comfortable ride. I guess my only complaint is I'm 6'3", and you know, it feels a little bit short for me. Like, it doesn't feel too small, and it's super fun just to, you know, whip around town on. But if you're any smaller than 6'3", I think this is the more ideal size for you. And maybe the kickstand could go for another inch. You know, it's a little short for the bike, but it does not affect anything. But as far as hardware goes, I can't complain at all with this bike. Actually turned out to be a really well spec'd out bike for a good price. Anyway, there's going to be a link below to this bad boy if you guys want to check it out more. Remember, every day is a gift, and I'll catch you guys next time.